Natalie,
Mhm.
have you driven the Chevy Blazer yet? The EV, Chevy Blazer EV?
Hi, Scotty. Yes, I loved it. The Blazer
You
EV.
loved it.
Fun. Yeah.
I loved it too. And I'm going to say it's been a little bit. It's been a minute since I've been in it, but it's a feeling that hasn't left me since I first was in it. And they've done some really cool things. They've added the Blazer Super Sport Edition, which is faster, it has more torque, and it has a higher 0 to 60 or faster 0 to 60 and more horsepower. So that's pretty exciting. But I think they've done something else with the Chevy Blazer EV that's even more exciting. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Super excited. I know, like in the Blazer, there's so many things, like not only, the EV aspect of being able to go fast with the torque and just like charging, but it's the experience inside. And I feel like that makes all the world difference. Ambient lighting for me, that checks the box. It's not too bright. But also in the back seat too, if somebody's sleeping or they're trying to find things, they don't have to fumble around.
That's nice. I also love that back seat is really big.
Yeah.
I think comparing it to the Equinox EV, the Blazer EV is my preference. I like that one much better, but I like them both. I think they're both really good EVs. They're well priced. They're affordable. They both have Super Cruise, so hands-free highway driving, which is such a game changer. I love that Chevrolet has really doubled down on this. And we're going to talk to the chief engineer, Marisa Cullens, who was one of the people who led the charge not only on EVs for Chevrolet, but also to make sure that they perform well, they charge fast, they go the distance, they deliver that great EV experience, and that your son doesn't have to fumble around for his phone when he drops it on the floor in the back seat of the Blazer EV. All right, so let's go on to our conversation with Marisa Cullens. Hi, Marisa.
Hi, how are you?
It is so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you
Thank
too.
you for being here. So, everyone, this is Marisa, and when I tell you what she does, you're not even going to believe it. She's the chief engineer of this. This is the 2024 Chevy Blazer. Congratulations. Sorry, Chevy Blazer EV. Congratulations. She's looking at me horrified, like, what did you just say?
Thank you so much. We're so proud of this vehicle. Everything that it's taken to get it to where it is, we're just really proud of it. We're proud of the range, we're proud of the styling. We think the customers are going to really love it.
So let me ask you this. When you were a little girl playing in your family playroom and looking up to your teachers or whoever you looked up to when you were a kid, did you dream of being the chief engineer of an electric car?
I never did. And I'll tell you, when I did get this role, I felt like I was walking on clouds. I thought, if this is where I end up, I am just delighted. It's a dream come true. It really is. It's one of those things you think you might never be able to achieve, and then you do. So it's amazing.
And so tell me about the journey that brought you to working on the Blazer EV.
Well, what I had done before, I was the program engineering manager on vehicles before the Blazer EV on our gas-powered vehicles. And then I became the program engineering manager on the EV. And I did that job for a couple years. After that, I actually had a break from it, I'll say, and I had a different engineering job. It was a chief engineer on different vehicles at GM. And then I was asked to come back and be the chief for this vehicle and get it through launch, through the plant. So it was really kind of coming home for me after spending so much time on the vehicle, like the 4 years it's taken from its inception to being able to have it in production. It's really something to see.
So I've heard people talk about that first moment that a car that they've worked on rolls off the line. It's kind of like,
yes.
What's that experience like?
It was amazing. So where this car was produced, the very first car for SORP, there was quite a celebration.
What's that, SORP?
So I started regular production.
Started regular production.
It's that is a big deal for us at GM. We have started regular production, and a few weeks later we do a ship to commerce, and that's kind of our big. We did it, right?
So you start building it, and then you put it on the truck and send it to dealers.
We start building it. We hold it at the plant for a few weeks. We make sure everything's ready to go, and then we ship it to commerce, and that's it. That's when it's for sale for customers. but getting that first production vehicle off the line, it was incredible. And working so close, we worked very closely with our plant and the plant manager. It was just amazing. She drove it off the line, so it was great. And we had, I think, a big party that day. Yeah. Yes.
She. The plant manager's a she.
It is a she.
Oh, that's
She is
awesome.
a she as well. Yeah.
It feels like the world of electric vehicles really is like a woman's world.
Yeah.
Is that?
I'll tell you, I'll say it's a mix. We have so many great engineers at GM with so much experience. It's a mix, but I have to say we have a lot of women who are the chief engineers and executive chief engineers now. We've got some women executive chief engineers at GM
Yeah.
too.
That's amazing.
It is great.
Keep meeting so many amazing women. I met Marisa today. So fill in some details here. So on this car, on the Blazer EV, what do you do? What's your responsibility as chief engineer?
People ask me that a lot, and I feel it's not just engineering. So GM is a huge team of people, but if anything goes wrong or anything goes right, it comes back to the chief.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I need to know marketing, I need to know finance, I need to know engineering, I need to know design, I need to know development, I need to be involved in everything.
Uh-huh.
So that is it's all encompassing of this car.
So does that extend to things like determining, I don't know, like how far you have to press down the accelerator and what all of that, what that feels like
So some of that we
what
get
kind of
involved
tires
in.
you choose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Because doing that, we do it for performance reasons, but it also has to meet our legal requirements, whatever we have to do to submit to government. And we don't just sell in the U.S., so we have many governments that have different regulations.
Okay.
We have to make sure we meet all that marketing agrees with all that. So it's like one piece of a big puzzle. We have teams, of course, that are experts on all of this, but the chief has to also be involved in all of it. So some of these things we have experts that do it and just let us know this is what we're going to do and we go from there. But other times, if we have issues, we have to get involved.
So you have to trust a lot of people, don't you?
You absolutely have to trust that you have people who are qualified to do the job, but you also have to get into the details. So some things you have to get into the detail and work right with them and do it. And other things work out okay. You don't maybe have to get into the detail on that. But I feel like whatever happens on this car, I need to be a part of it. Yeah.
So are you driving one?
I am driving one.
You are. Tell us which one you're driving.
Yeah, so I'm driving all-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, a 10 mod. So that's what we have in production now, the RS model, and I love it.
The RS will be in my video.
Okay,
so
and the RS is in production now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so customers can buy that now. So I drive that vehicle, and
what color is it?
The color I have is a gray. A gray color, but I really like the Riptide blue. I think that's my favorite.
Oh, that's the bright blue?
That's the bright blue that was in the Barbie movie. So I'm going to try to see if I can get one of those soon.
All right.
And we're in the process now in our house of trying to put in a level 2 charger so I can get more miles when I can charge overnight. There's a lot. I'm just finding out it's just kind of a mind change of charging versus filling up for gas. So I try to think of myself, I'm not the engineer type who wants to route out my plan. And I'm just knowing from my daughter and my parents, people that I want to make sure my car is perfect for, and for everybody else in their families, I want it easy. So I need to find out what if the average customer doesn't want to have to deal with all that. They want, give me the easy way. I don't want to spend hours charging my car. So the more infrastructure we can get, I think more people are going to say EV is for them. But it really needs to be easy.
I will say, so my kids are grown.
Yeah.
But if I could have bought an electric car or a plug-in hybrid, either one, to get just a minimal number of electric miles on my car before school drop-off in the morning,
Yes.
I absolutely would have chosen that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But talking about easy,
Yeah.
to not have that horrible day starter of there's no gas in my car and I have to stop everything I'm doing and going to get gas. That was, I have to say, that was probably one of the most disruptive things in my life when my kids were little.
And being able to charge at your house. So you don't
No
have
gas
to worry.
station stops.
Right. No,
No
gas
gas station
station stops. No, for the
Yeah.
fast charging, you can't have that at your house. You're going to have to go somewhere for
Right.
that for the lot of miles in 10 minutes. But overnight, you can charge
Yeah.
pretty sufficiently for your trips, right?
Yeah.
Depending on your lifestyle.
So you are a mom.
I am.
You have
One daughter.
a daughter.
Yes.
How old's your daughter?
She's 19.
19.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And what's she doing now?
She's going to college. She just started college and
Uh-huh.
she graduated high school this spring.
Uh-huh.
So she just started college in Michigan now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And does she drive?
Well, this is what happened. She has her driving permit because we just moved home from Shanghai. The past 4 years we were living there, and she was not able to learn to drive in China. So the driving age is
So she's
higher.
got her permit.
So we got home this summer and she's been practicing her driving, and guess what she wants?
Let me guess. An electric
Yes.
Blazer.
Oh, of course she does.
Yeah. Is she getting one?
No.
Spoken like a
That's
true
right.
mom. True
She's
mom.
going to have to see how she does in school and earn it.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's awesome though. So tell me about Shanghai.
Yeah, so Shanghai was an interesting time to be there for my family and myself. My husband and I both worked for GM, and we worked at our partner there at Paytech. And my daughter went to high school there, and this was all during the time of COVID. So it was really an interesting time to be there.
Yeah.
It was, I think we had 6 months before COVID where things were normal, 3 years where we really couldn't leave China, and then the last 6 months when things trying to open up again.
Uh-huh.
So I wouldn't trade it. I mean, my daughter now is studying business in Mandarin, which I think she never would have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And what's even better, I feel like I established such a good relationship with our Chinese partners there, and it gave a good idea of our Chinese market too. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I think without really living there, I think we don't really realize here what is going on over there. And we
Right.
sell a lot of GM products over there.
Yeah.
So it's EV competition over there is really high. There's a lot of different companies coming up over there and different startup companies that have a lot more choices than what we've got here. So we need to just catch up.
Do you see the Chinese market having an impact on how we drive EVs or how they're built here?
I'll tell you, it is a different market. They have a different look that they like versus what we've got from what I've heard there and what I've seen. But there are some vehicles we're going to be sharing that will fit their market. So we're a global company, and some of the things that we design, we can share in both markets,
Uh-huh.
which will be great.
And that's a healthy thing for a company
Yeah.
like General Motors.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting. So was that your first overseas assignment, Shanghai?
I did. It was my first overseas assignment living there for the 4 years. I'd had several business trips to China before, but that was the first time that our family had gone there to live.
And so was
Yeah.
it hard to convince your family to move to China?
Well, since my husband worked for GM, it wasn't hard. And my daughter everything's fine for her all the time. I don't know how I got so lucky, but she was fine. Yeah.
I think it has something to do with the parents, honestly.
I think she's better than we are. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were probably more worried about the move than she was.
So you've been at General Motors your whole career.
I have.
And
Yeah.
so before we talk about that, let's backtrack even a little bit more. Were you a math nerd in school?
I can't say that I was. Math was always a little bit harder for me. So everyone's probably wondering why I went into engineering. But it was something I always needed to make sure. I had to prove myself that I could still do well, even though it maybe took me a little bit longer. And going to Kettering with GMI and when I went was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I feel like once I did that, I could just conquer it all. It gave me the confidence, I think, that I could do a lot of things. And GM has just been great for me. I've had so many different roles at this company in different areas. It's just been really great experience for me. So no regrets.
That's awesome. I love that. Once you do the hard thing, you have the confidence you can do
Then you have the
anything, right?
confidence, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started off right after high school at Kettering.
I did.
GMI, General
I did.
Motors Institute.
At the time, it was General Motors Institute, GMI.
Right. And
Now it's Kettering.
Kettering
Yeah.
University, right? And so tell me what that experience was like.
For me, it was really difficult. It was a pretty intense program. It's a 5-year program, and you have to write a thesis. This was back when I went. I'm not sure if anything has changed now, if it's still that way. I'm pretty sure it is. But you sure felt when you were done that I didn't worry about getting a job. I had internship basically the entire time since I was 18 that's when I started working for GM as a co-op. So I had different work assignments for 5 years. And then I wrote a thesis for 9 months the last year while I was at work. So I actually think I got an offer before I even graduated college. And then after that, I was working, going to school at the same time for my next 2 master's degrees.
So you got 2 not one, but
I got
2 master's
after
degrees.
my bachelor's. Yeah.
Were those both at Kettering as well?
No, one of them was at Rensselaer, and then the other was at Indiana Kelley School of Business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So clearly she can do anything. 2 master's degrees. Oh my gosh. And so when you graduated from Kettering, GMI, what was your first job at General Motors?
My first job was a release engineer or a design engineer in body, so in the door area. So, and I think we launched right away. I think the plant I first went to was Oklahoma City.
What was the car?
It was the Malibu.
The Malibu.
Yeah.
The Malibu. The redesign of the Malibu.
Yeah, well, this was years ago.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
So that is just one of the jobs. When people join General Motors as an engineer, we always say you really need 2 things. One, get a master's degree as soon as you can. Second is you need to be a release engineer, because that is—
What is a release engineer?
A release engineer is like an engineer who designs, let's say, like this piece here, right? A part on the car, a tire, a wheel, a light. You need to go through that process. It takes you through our process of how something's developed, working with purchasing, working with testing and validation, the whole process, launching a car in a plant when something goes wrong, working with the supplier who makes the car.
So you learn everything about how the company works.
You learn the whole cycle of building the car.
Yeah.
Creating to building. If you can do that for the whole cycle, it just gives you a lot of, it really helps you. And I think as we have chief engineers and program engineering managers who run the whole program, they really want to have people that have all that experience. They want you to have gone through releasing a part, so you really know what it takes to design it and still be able to build it, right? Don't just design it and then the plant can't put it together.
Do you ever go to a dinner party and somebody says, I really don't like that light?
All the time people say that.
Really?
Or they do or don't like something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm, you just... Or they really like something, or they want to talk about EVs, and they might. And I have a lot of people where once if they know what my job is, they want to ask about the EV because they want to buy it, but they're afraid to buy it because of the range. And I think that's probably the biggest thing now I'm hearing. And these are people who have gas-powered vehicles and want to make that transition, but they're just a little bit afraid to do that still.
Yeah.
So I understand it. And we just need to make people feel comfortable and get an infrastructure out there, which is what we're doing now, so that they understand it's not going to be hard. You're going to love it. It's going to be easy. It's not, people are worried about those trips up north, right?
Yeah,
Maybe we don't have all the chargers yet that you can make that trip like you can with a gas car. So we just have to get used to that and get more charging stations in place, I think.
What was your reticence or your holdback when you were first offered the opportunity to work on electric cars?
Oh, I didn't really have one.
No?
I think everybody wants to work on electric cars.
Yeah?
Yes. I wasn't one bit held back when I heard that.
So tell me what's different about working on an electric car versus working on a gas-powered car.
Well, working on either car is great. But for electric, I think we're so excited about it because we want this to be what the future is for General Motors and for the world, really. And being from China, I could see how much it's taking over the Chinese market. And I think it's just going to come here too. It already is starting. And I know GM wants to be at the forefront of that. So it's just exciting being at this new stuff that we haven't done. We've built gas cars for years.
Right.
This is new.
Well, you're also sort of boxed in on certain things. With an electric car, you don't have those parameters, right?
You don't, and then we learn something new every day. So we're kind of rediscovering and making our own rules as we go, as best we can.
Yeah.
Then new rules come in from the government as we learn more, but it's just new. So there is that challenge of it's not like there's not already a programmed way to do the car. You have to figure it out, right? And the plants, they're new to build the cars. Everything's new. So we have
that's
the plant
exciting,
that we build this. This is the first EV they're building.
Where is this built?
Ramos in Mexico. Ramos.
Ramos, Mexico.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that this is anecdotal, and I'm not asking for any statistical information. But what do you think sort of the aha moment is for consumers to not only make the change and going from a gas powered to electric car, but feeling like I'll never buy, or it was the right decision, or I'm not going to
Yeah.
trade it in for a gas powered car.
I think there's a few things. One is going to be when they drive it.
Mm.
It is going to be a big difference driving an EV from a gas car. And I think, did you get a chance to do the drive today? And you've probably driven other EVs, but it's a big difference, I think.
It's huge.
Yeah. So
Huge.
once you drive that, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back. I think they're going to love the driving experience way more than what they like with the gas car. But I think they're going to still be apprehensive until they know, until we can get better range. And until we can get a better plan for charging, or until they're comfortable with their charging.
Yeah.
If they've got charging at home in their garage and they can do this,
I
they've
can't
got
wait
it
till I
set
can
up.
charge a car in my garage
I
every
know
day.
it. I know.
I'm so excited for that. So I don't have a car to charge, but
you'll
I'm
get one
so
and then you
excited.
get the charger.
I will. And I'm so excited to be able to go and plug it in and wake up the next morning, whatever it is, 10, 12 hours later, and it's done.
Yes.
And I don't have to stop and get gas.
Right.
I can drive by and I'll wave at all those people waiting in line at Costco.
In the winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I live in Texas. It's not cold
yeah,
there.
you're
but,
okay then.
yeah, but I mean, it's hot, like 110 degrees in the summer. I don't want to get gas.
Right.
You got to go like 6 o'clock in the morning to get gas for it to not be hot. So that's the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
So so there's a lot of features in the Blazer. A lot of things. Pick one that's your favorite. And don't say the drive experience, because we
I
already
won't
talked
say the
about
drive
that.
experience. I like the big screens. I like that. I like music. I think I'm more a typical customer. I'm not going to say I love the performance as much. I like the big screen and the colors, and there's ambient lighting features. You can change the color. I mean, maybe not everyone cares about that, but there's like 28 colors. I can change the lights to be pink and blue and purple. I like that. I like heated seats, which I know we all have that, and heated wheel. But I think probably overall it's going to be the screens for me.
The screens.
Yeah,
I like the screens too.
The screens,
They look
and I like
beautiful. They
changing
look
colors
beautiful.
up. I like colors. I like mixing that stuff together. So,
What color interior do you have in your car?
I'm going to do the Barbie pink once I get the update. We have a latest update coming where I'm going to get that because I have an older
the light
vehicle.
will be
the
pink.
light, the inside. Oh, you mean the exterior color?
Well, no, I meant the
interior.
upholstery.
It's a gray. We've got a couple standards for the vehicle that I've got.
And you've got the gray.
I've got the gray. Yeah.
With the pink light. I
With
like
pink
that.
light. Yeah.
Did you see the Barbie movie? Of course you did.
Of course I did. Like opening night, I saw.
Did you?
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? You did?
With my daughter.
What'd
and
you
her
think?
friend. I loved it.
You loved it. You loved it. I haven't seen it yet. But
Oh,
I
you
have
need to see
No,
it.
I
And
know. I
please
need to.
look for the Blazer in Riptide Blue. That's the color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I saw it. We've written about it. I just haven't actually been to the movies yet to see
Okay.
it, but I will watch it.
It's
I
on
will
the
watch
airplane now too.
It. Okay.
Yeah.
On the trip home, I'll
Yeah.
watch it. So let me ask you this. So you have a 19-year-old daughter.
I do.
What do you want her? She's watched you her whole life. She's watched you build your career. She's probably
Yes.
heard you say, I can't do that because I have to work, or,
Yeah.
Work gets in the way of our lives. What do you want her to take away from your career?
Well, one thing, so she just started college and we weren't sure how that was going to go because it was quite a sheltered experience in China. She went to a private small school. But one thing I've seen kind of change in my daughter over the time, because she's so absorbed in all this, where it's around her all the time. This is a job that's every day, all day. It doesn't end on Friday. Instead of now her posters of her singers, which she still loves, she'll probably be embarrassed I'm telling you, she's got Mary Barra posters. So Mary Barra did come to Shanghai when we were there, and she was begging me, but it was just, she was there for a short time. So she gave a talk for us at GM China, and I couldn't bring her over to see her, but she is very into business because of all this, I think.
So she likes her business rock stars. That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have to say, it's so interesting to know that your daughter has reverence for the female CEO of your company, that level of respect that she gets, that Mary gets, goes not just to the employees, but beyond to the
Their
employees'
kids.
families. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's amazing.
Right,
That's
it is.
amazing.
When she heard she was there, she was like, oh. And my husband's, you're not going, Eileen, you're not going.
So who inspired you mentor wise or role model wise in your career?
I would just have to say, I've had a lot of really great people at GM that have helped me.
Mm.
My parents, I have to say the most. I don't,
Mhm.
and I just have it in me. I think it's something in me that I just have to do the best I can do. And there's been a lot of ups and downs in my life and career that just happens. Being there a long time, it's going to happen. But I've just kind of come at peace with it now, where whatever job I'm in, I just do the best I can do. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy right now. So this is probably
awesome.
the happiest time because she's in college. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
I have this job that is absolutely amazing. And it's just, everything's very good. But, you know, there's up and down. But I would just say, when something good happens for me, besides my husband, I call my parents.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I think it's just parents, really.
Yeah, good parents are.
Yeah.
they are a real gift. And so, do you mentor?
I absolutely mentor. It's actually my favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's your approach to mentoring?
Well, I had 2 ladies in China, so that was quite a bit different than what I'm used to in GM. Before I had, in one of my previous jobs, I had a group of about 20 people that in my group that worked directly for me. So now those people I kind of mentor. What I try to do is just give them kind of some basic advice, but also we talk a lot about situations. A lot of it is just emotional intelligence, I have to say. I mean, I think that's a lot to getting stuff done. I've had some women I've mentored and men, but some of these women, one lady already had 2 children in high school. We brought her over she worked at a plant, and I think she had worked in their IT department, had a business degree, but was really wanting to get into engineering. And she was probably in her early 40s at the time. So that's a hard time to start a different career, even at GM, totally different. And you need to have the engineering degree to be in an engineering role at GM.
Right.
She went back to school at night. I just love this story. She went back to school at night, and in, I think it was 7 years, 8 years, she got her engineering degree. So when I came back from China, she told me she got the degree, and she was able, so we let her have like one job, but she couldn't move out of that until she got the degree. But going to college at night and working during the day to get an engineering degree and to do that. So
That's amazing.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
amazing.
I feel like that I can't even compete with something like that, because having 2 kids too while you're doing that.
And so, where is she now?
She's in an engineering role where she's going to spend some time, and then I keep my eye on her because I'm going to try to help her get to where she really wants to be, like
so
what's
awesome.
next. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
But I just try to give my best advice. I also say too, I'm one opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. There's no right way. I could tell you this, and there's probably 10 people who didn't do it this way, and they got exactly where they want to be. So all I can do is give my experiences, and you can take it or leave it, and you should do that with any advice, really. Don't let people make you feel bad, but listen, pick out what you think is going to help you, and then go from there. So I try to look at it like that.
Interesting.
Not everybody takes my advice. Sometimes they choose to not. That's okay.
Pick what you think is going to help you.
Pick what you think is going to
That's so
help.
good. Yeah, that's great. So, one last question.
Sure.
Piece of advice outside of everything we've talked about.
Yes.
Piece of advice that you would give somebody who's looking to build that dream career or make that next move.
Yeah. So my first advice is, wherever you are, work really hard. Do the best you can do at what you're doing. Try to not look 5 steps ahead where you want to be. Just do really well where you are. It will come to you. You don't need to be chasing it. It'll come to you if you're doing a great job. Network. You really need a great network.
Yeah.
One of my people who helps me with mentoring told me once, your career is basically 3 things. It's your network, it's your luck, and it's your talent, right? So all that comes together at certain times. So you can't control all of it, but you control what you can control. You work hard, you make a lot of friends, because that's what's going to help you. And they can see different experiences, and you take opportunities. So things that might be scary, guess what? 2 years later, you're going to say, I'm so happy I picked it. So take the chances, because otherwise you're not going to grow. You're going to stay where you are. So it is really scary. There's been some chances I took that I might not have gotten out of it, but I would never be here if I didn't do it.
That's
So,
awesome. And here we are.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Marisa. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
spending some time with me. And congratulations on your new baby.
Thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
Oh my gosh, I love that Marisa's making a space for women in engineering. Like, this is exciting for her to be in the space, but then also that she never even thought she'd be able to do it, which is even cooler.
Yeah, and what struck me in talking with her is the sisterhood that General Motors has built with women in engineering, but specifically in the EV space. And as we were chatting anecdotally, sort of offline, I told her some of the other women that we've talked to in the EV space at General Motors, and she was like, "Oh, she's my good friend. Oh, I love her. Oh my gosh, she's the best." And just that chilling, like the sort of goosebumps on the arm feeling of like, "Oh my gosh, these women." Not only are they supportive of each other, not only are they blazing this path together, ha ha ha, Blazer, but they are women who truly are changing the automotive industry from the inside. And where we go with EVs, I mean, EVs clearly are the future, but it's going to be a more difficult path than we thought. And I think honestly, putting women in charge of the most difficult thing that we're doing in our world right now is absolutely the right move.
Agreed. And it's really cool seeing that the heads of EVs are women. So it's like, all right.
It is. It really is. It feels so good. It feels so good. Natalie, thank you for joining me for our conversation with Marisa. And thank you, everyone, for joining us, for being here. Be sure to subscribe to What Drives Her, the podcast from A Girl's Guide to Cars. You can subscribe here. You can go over to our YouTube channel or anywhere that you get your podcasts and subscribe. Be sure to follow along on our social channels. Subscribe to our newsletter so you get all the email, including our podcasts, in your inbox every week. And thank you. We'll see you again next week with another great conversation with a woman who's changing the automotive industry from the inside. I'm your host, Scotty Reese. My co-host is Natalie Marola. Our editor is Steph Howard, music by Embato Elements. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.